Huh?
Yeah. So we are marching into madness.
Gaming
in the digital era.
I wrote
we
it
don't
down.
really own shit.
We don't really own shit, yeah. Good. Good.
No, please don't. I'm Bailey.
I'm Raza.
And this is Marching into Madness.
Let's get right
into it. So back in the day of MSN Messenger and Habbo Hotel, getting your games was a pretty easy process, well, relatively. You worked, you got paid, you'll waltz your ass into an EB Games or a GameStop if you're American, you browse the shelves of the physical copies, and you make your choice based on the few articles that you may have read in Nintendo Power.
It was easy and sort of inconvenient, but it was easy.
Hey, buddy. I got you something.
What is it?
I got you a game.
Awesome!
And I got you this game.
Are you serious, Dad?
And I got you this game.
Buy 2 pre-owned video games, get the third one free. Thanksgiving weekend at GameStop. Joy to the players.
You would have to go out of your way and put time into seeing what you bought. Most importantly, now it's yours. You beat it, you sell it, and you trade it, or you can give it to a friend so they can play it.
Everyone wins, and Middle-earth was at peace for 1,000 years after the defeat of Sauron.
That was the worst thing I've ever read.
Hello, virtual reality. Interact your appetite, searching for a website, a window to the world, got to get online.
Now it's much different. One can still buy their games at GameStop or at a strip mall infected with airborne diseases, but the market isn't just about physical copies. It's just not what it used to be. We are and have been barreling headfirst in a new direction, a digital one. Steam was the first past the post in this mad dash to digital storefronts, and then shortly after we got Origin and Epic, which were developers putting solely their games on a platform.
Buying games is less straightforward in concept. It's more accessible because now you're buying these games out on a digital library. Plus, with streaming coming on the horizon, the line between what we own and what we paid for is blurred.
The main question we would like to present is, what does ownership really mean now? Well, according to the user agreement from Steam, the largest of the digital marketplaces in this new environment, when you make a purchase with them, you technically do not own the game. They say this stated.
The content and services are licensed. Not so. Your license confers no title or ownership in the content and services.
Meaning, you just own the license, but not the literal game.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I will shit myself.
Oh, there we go.
As an example, you may have the DVD copy of Step Brothers and love it each time you watch it, but you better ensure you keep wetting them greasy palms on Netflix if you want to get your Ricky Bobby fix. That's the weirdest thing too.
Mr. Bobby, come on down here. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jewish God. Help me, Allah. Ah!
The difference between these two structures, gaming and content, is that I'm not paying additional fees to watch any specific Will Ferrell movie when I go on Netflix. Well, when I want a game, it is not free to play, but I'm paying an additional price for that product. Oh my god.
But what if I lose my password?
Wow.
Or worse, I get hacked.
Fuck.
Lose it all.
Yeah.
You don't really own it.
Double fuck.
Imagine if you forgot to pay your Netflix subscription. So they roll up on you, they jack your nut-slapping DVD copy of John C. Reilly's best work. It's not fair.
Yeah.
I'd be confused.
Ricky, you can walk. What'd you just say?
He's telling you the truth, man. It's all in your head.
But if one would look on the many forums, they would see the tons of comments talking about, oh, how it's okay because Steam's got protocols, they've got patches. But what the hell is even a fucking patch or a protocol?
It is something. It is something to I don't know.
It's just some weird fancy backup. That's what matters.
EA's online service has another one of these tricky boys.
EA services are licensed to you, not sold. EA grants you a personal, not transferable. Revocable? Revocable, in fact. I can't talk to that. Non-exclusive license to use EA services to which you have access for your non-commercial use, subject to your compliance with this agreement.
These statements are like your common copyright laws, in this case referred to as DRM or digital man of rights. What is a digital
man of rights?
That was definitely cool. Thanks, dude.
Bailey, what is a DRM or digital rights management?
DRM, or digital rights management, is a copyright law that protects the artist's work in the gaming industry from being used improperly, modified, or sold, or losing revenue. It helps the artist stay in control. Think literally any other copyright policy, right? So they come in different forms, like authentication keys, where you would buy it off of Steam, limited installs, or just not used anymore. But DRM-based games had it so where you'd need to be online frequently because of the DRM. This isn't used as much anymore because all the gamer boys got angry. It stops you from being a bad boy because I can't hack it or mod it.
Back on licenses. Although it seems predatory in nature, there are companies punching for a consumer-friendly model. So storefronts like Good Old Games are DRM-free. This means they give you full ownership to the game, adding other benefits which allows you to play offline because you actually own the other products, unlike other digital marketplaces. If a DRM-free platform were to ever go under, you would have the option of downloading the game to your hard drive and then, or burn them onto thousands of CDs if you're a boomer or something. This all seems great at first glance for cost effectiveness. I mean, we have access to all of our media at the request through subscription services, and that is becoming a staple. Looking at you, Spotify and Netflix, I don't know why I'm looking at you. In this model, we don't do that. We really don't own the product. We are just leasing the license to stream Talladega Nights, the Ricky Bobby story.
Let me tell you. Hold on.
Shake and bake.
Yeah. What does this mean?
Makes no sense. So
You shake and bake, it's nonsense.
I'm happy I did that.
I'm not.
This concept is very quickly making its way into the gaming industry, and it's surprising. I mean, it's cheaper to subscribe to something than it is to spend $80 on a game you may not even like.
Yeah, look at you.
This model is already working in gaming with things like Microsoft Game Pass and Sony's PlayStation Now. In case you aren't on our level of weebdom, this means you're paying a flat fee for a pretty big collection of games. So while we feel that the satisfaction of like hitting the download button, like we just bought a new product, we don't own it. It's not as good. It's not like getting that shitty copy off the shelf, right?
The mall!
I want it!
Scary. If you, like me, and everyone else who doesn't read the terms of service, it lets the company do whatever they want to, my beautiful innocence. In the PlayStation's case, they repeatedly can't guarantee ownership forever, stating, upon our confirmation of your transaction, you may access the item you ordered through your account that you used to order the item until the item is removed at such time.
Adding insult to injury, quote, "You are solely responsible if you do not choose to download or access the content before it is removed or your license expires, and for ongoing storage and safekeeping of the content. We are not obligated to provide you with any replacement copies for any reason."
What is that?
I don't know.
Sony announcing the digital version of the PS5 shows a clear sign where the market is heading. Publishers want to use their games and get them directly to us without a third party because it's cheaper for them, I guess. Thank you.
Well, ever since Steam launched, it pushed the other publishers to do the same things they were doing because why pay Steam when you can get all that money? Any good dealer knows that sometimes the middleman helps your sales, but ultimately, they're gonna run off on the plug.
Don't do drugs, kids. A lot of good comes out of digital sales, such as pre-orders. Instead of lining up like one of those losers at a midnight release, the system will pre-download the game and let you play at midnight.
Very cool, actually. So no more waiting.
I know.
So this seems that it's not all bad results of this transition to the digital era. It does provide some much needed quality of life updates to your gaming experience. But sadly, very sadly, you won't be able to get excited about looking like a jackass at your local EB Games or GameStop during the midnight release for Destiny on Xbox 360 or Halo 3, because that was my shit.
That sounds oddly specific. Epic Games and its wild success with Fortnite are great examples to look at.
Yeah.
The live streaming cash cow brought the company a never before seen wave of attention, and yet they keep the game free to play. Instead, they encourage their consumer to spend their hard-earned money on skins, dances, and other emotes and stuff that kids love.
And TikTok.
And TikTok dances.
This cosmetics only focus for their free-to-play content is what most developers are crafting their new launches around. This ownership works in the case of Epic and Fortnite or any free-to-play game developer. They haven't actually sold us the promise for any more features or any given product to make it better. Just more items and more bullshit to spend money on.
Capitalism. Battle passes are another way for publishers to milk us like the money cows we are.
So gear up and bring the swag.
Another bonus.
Only with the Season 6 Battle Pass.
You fought without me. May you ride with the gods.
With the popularity of free-to-play games, developers added battle passes where players pay a fixed amount for boosts and other benefits. Fortnite is a great example, offering players something called a progression plan by offering plans that reward them for, well, you know, progress.
As consumers, we're cheap. We love cheap stuff, and when it comes to games which have been historically expensive and they're offered at a lower price, we get it.
One of the things which made PC gaming so popular is because of the steep Steam sales on digital platforms. Steam has made their name out of the extreme price drops, and other digital platforms have followed suit.
It does follow some logic too. Games which have been out for a few years could be reasonably dropped, or sometimes publishers will approve sales that are fucking unbelievable.
So this is considered if the digital-only PS5 could be cheaper and offer cheaper games. It'll change up the gaming landscape both for the consumer and the industry. Something that Stadia tried to do, and actually, you know what? I believe in Stadia.
Totally. They're totally good. This is and has been already happening. Look at the Switch Lite or one of the 50DS or 3DS variants.
I want to throw mine.
The Switch Lite, a cheaper version, which is limited in what it can do, has sold nearly half the sales of the normal Nintendo Switch, right? And it didn't come out that long ago. It's in half the time too. And let's be real, because it was $100 cheaper than the normal console.
Yeah.
That's why we bought it.
Yeah. I don't know. While most will probably still buy a console with a disk drive, they just won't use it as often. The data speaks for itself. There's still the need to have ownership of the things we buy, regardless if we have a hard drive or a disk drive or not. Because we're still on track to buy digital, whereas we won't own any more physical games.
Makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
Digital sales made up $120 billion last year, right? Which is a new high for the industry. This number includes digital game sales from mobile, PC, console, esports, and VR. Remember, we just explained the impact of Fortnite and Epic Games? In addition to these predatory pricing practices, companies like Epic want you to download as many of these free-to-play titles as possible. Hopefully, one day, one of those juicy skins are going to cause you to actually click the buy button.
Free to play is a pretty big reason for the success of the industry, as the market is making gaming more accessible. 4 out of every $5 accounts for digital games, which can be thanked to mobile gaming exclusively.
True.
True.
Back in March, the games industry made $10 billion, and that can be thanked to the ongoing viral situation outside.
It's simple, and it makes sense. More kids were stuck at home, people couldn't go to work, and they were flat out bored, like me. Whether it was leisure or nostalgia, people had an amp reason to start that gaming binge. I have no emotion.
Steam and other platforms hit a high amount of players because Daddy Warzone just dropped. The free-to-play battle royale Bad Boy helped maintain sales numbers overall for all digital games.
So what does the future hold? Well, I ain't Confucius or nothing, but it be growing. From being a $1 billion industry in 2017 Canadian, because we are in Canada, to an estimated $108 billion by 2021. Digital sales, though they are projected to account for at least 94% of game sales within the next 4 years. Also, more people are buying more than ever at games at home, from home.
That's true. Yeah. So with the shifting market and mobile gaming booming, people haven't left their consoles in the dust just yet. With digital sales and gaming making up $9.7 billion this year, right? It's projected to make another $19 billion next year. It was already easy to buy a game from home, and with everybody stuck inside, the virus just sped all that up. Worst of all,
I'm poor.
I'm so poor, so poor. Again, when the new consoles come out having an all digital option, those numbers will skyrocket further. Just like, you know, I smell a craft beer from down the street.
Console game sales only make up a small fraction of that delicious game sales pie. Real gamers will know what I'm talking about. Fucking wank wank. it's the tablet, smartphone, and PC games that compete at a high calorie, sweet, delicious, sexy, scrumptious, savory, delectable, incestual pie of statistics. I'm hungry.
Good job, Yosemite Sam. And the scale of mobile gaming is just scary. Globally, smartphone sales will be worth about $31 billion in 2021 from being worth only a measly, soft, very beta $27 billion in 2017.
PC games will also see a rise because they are ahead of it all, being worth around $33 billion in total sales worldwide. As the profit of gaming on other devices grows in mobile, consoles, streaming, PC gaming won't really be affected. That said, when the rich get richer, they also get lazier. Consoles are reaching that point as well. Digital gaming has become a norm on this platform as well. We can see this on our previously described Game Pass and the PlayStation Now model. So it's safe to say digital sales across every platform will do well because, did you hear those large numbers? Did you fucking hear them?
Several billion.
Yeah.
Some call the games industry recession-proof. During the 2008 housing crash, it survived where others couldn't. Again, because people stuck at home. Clearly, we can see this happening now, even during a global lockdown. We don't see game companies asking for bailout money like we do with the airline industries. GameStop, though, definitely can't keep up with all this recession talk.
No, Mikey. Word on the street is you're a rat. Yeah, we don't do business with rat.
I'm a mouse.
Since digital games are selling more, GameStop has been struggling. Salaries have been cut, the CEO's taken a 50% cut to his wage, and it's still nothing for him.
That's the smartest thing you've said all episode, Bailey.
Buckle.
GameStop is struggling in today's world. The same thing happened in HMV, Blockbuster, and I guess Sears. Even if there wasn't a pandemic, GameStop would just be making it. These specialty stores are not future-proof because now we have the internet and Amazon. Digital sales are inevitable and way easier. Bailey.
Shout out to Bezos. So, physical PC games are hard to come by. I remember when EB Games were selling them and how they don't now, and it's the same with many other retailers. I miss them shelves, right? So Steam became a thing and had everything on its digital storefront. But on the other side, it's the hardware sales that are helping EB Games stay alive. That said, we have a fully digital PS5 on the way. So, Hardware's at the store, Steam for games. Now, if the hardware is only doing digital, EB Games, no product.
Right.
Logic. Galaxy brain. Fucking
smooth brain moment.
In conclusion, what we wanted to show here throughout this video is, again, how you don't really own shit in this digital gaming era. As we explored digital ownership, we showed you how the subscription models worked and explained some of the predatory terms of services that could trick you into not knowing that you really don't own the product that you're paying for. Then, how they can use that greed from the digital platforms to implement microtransactions, price the games in predatory ways, and then showed you how much this is really affecting the market in real time. And that's why we think it's seriously going to impact how physical games and digital games are sold, that digital games are going to become the primary source of media in this industry.
And also how gaming is changing, how we get our games is changing, because now we have multiple platforms, we have multiple services, we have many ways of playing games now. We don't need a plastic box in our living room. We don't need several things. We have one thing, or a cell phone, for example, and you can play it off there, because gaming is now becoming a service, and it's moving away from becoming a product, like other medias.
Yeah.
Movies and music.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
Couldn't agree more.
That's why we made this video.
That's why we did.
So what we're trying to say, y'all, is stay safe out there.
Wear condoms.
Wear condoms. At least if you don't want to read the terms of service, you should do some Googles and get an idea of what you're getting into. Because in this digital era, your privacy and your data isn't safe. And if you aren't aware of it, yeah, you best be. And then we should also have ExpressVPN sponsors.
Yeah, please.
Find us on the internet at Discord. We got a link in the bottom. We're trying to start a community. We may start a Abby Shapiro Toes fan club is what I'm thinking, but we'll see. This is pretty appealing. We're planning on starting an Instagram page.
First of all, it's not we. It's Raza Malik. Actually, no, it's we.
Because we all got to contribute our appreciation of her toes. Not just you. You can't have it all to yourself.
I don't want any of it.
Okay, good. Then I will help share it with the world.
Okay.
And then create an Instagram page to share the toes further, but not really, because we're going to be putting our monthly news roundup clips as new fancy spangled Instagram reels.
Yes,
Right?
reels are a good thing.
Follow us, get us more subscribers to YouTube because we need that.
Subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Our socials is down here somewhere.
Somewhere.
Twitter. He is gonna get a Twitter soon. I got suspended and I got unsuspended, so follow me there. Holla at your boys. Gang, sleep tight, mom.
Love you, grandma. Love your mom.
Go to
Clean
bed.
your car.
Go to bed.
And sleep well.
Take your meds. Eat well.
Take your vitamins. Drink bleach. Take hydroxychloroquine.
Life alert.
Go on QAnon/Reddit.
I'm trying to have fun over here.
Thank you for watching.
Curb stomp.
That's too much. I didn't like that. Say that again. I dare you.
I dare you to say that.
Move your foot and start reading.
This is fluid, eh?
We're getting better, buddy.
We're getting her, dude.
It's only been a